This is my Journal 3C entry where I'll be talking about the Strange Fruit article and the AHA-OAH joint statement on federal censorship of American history. And I'll start by talking about the Strange Fruit article. The first thing that I found very interesting in it was the abstract, which I'm trying to find here. So yeah, about the abstract, he specifically was talking about, so he said teachers need to, and these were the things he said: assume racial trauma, connect the past and present, frame teaching for the space in which the teaching is done, and affirm the experiences of students of color. And I thought this was really good, especially connecting the past. And I said, I think this is true, especially connecting the past and present racial violence, as I feel too often that the history of racism ends in 1865. We need to discuss Jim Crow Reconstruction, the most importantly, the racism we see today. And whenever we teach about racism, which I've only had it in limited experience because during student teaching I haven't taught a unit on the Civil War yet. But in my limited experience, the teaching does tend to end kind of once the Civil War ends. They'll say that, oh, racism still persists in the United States, but they won't specifically say how it persists in institutions, how it persists in our daily lives, how you might see it in your daily lives, how it might show up unconsciously. And all of mostly our non-white students are going to be bearing the brunt of this, are going to be seeing this the most. So it's important to connect the past and the present to validate the feelings that they're feeling right then. And also just they find it more interesting, the stuff that is going on right now. George Floyd is going to be more interesting than a slave that lived 200 years ago because that's something that they find personal to them, something that happened recently in their lifetime. And then I'll talk about the American Historical Association article. And it was kind of funny how quickly I realized what this article was about Trump and them censoring the federal government. We've actually talked about it a lot in our school, particularly about them removing civil rights activists from federal websites and kind of what that means, what the federal government is trying to do there. And that's another topic that students find very interesting because it is connecting the past to the present. You know, there were racist practices back then, and today we're seeing another one bear its ugly head. And so it's important to dive into that with students. And what we've really dove into is why do we think they want to rewrite these narratives and change the story that is being told. The problem I find with it is, I mean, this is inherently political. Like, we can sit here and say that, oh, like, you know, he shouldn't be doing, the president shouldn't be doing these things, the federal government shouldn't be doing things. But the fact of the matter is, there is a side of the political aisle that believes that he's doing the right thing, and there is a side of the political aisle that believes he's not doing the right thing. That makes this inherently political and inherently hard to discuss at school, which is something I'm trying to do more. Thank you.